So today we're going to be miking up the church organ. You'll see there's a microphone over there, there's a couple more around the back, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, along with a bunch of other couple of things. And yeah, it's another church organ video. We're really close to the end. Obviously we're going to keep on building on it afterwards, but we're going to get on with this project so we can carry on with a few other things, because my half-year resolution is to finish a bunch of projects that I've started, and I've got a list as long as my arm. We've got to get this organ kind of pretty much through the hoops. Also, to intercept quite a lot of the similar comments, yes, I have asked quite a prominent organ figure on the internet and interwebs kind of things whether they want to play on this or not, and the answer is yes. When they've got time, they'll come and play on it, so don't worry, it will happen. There'll be people coming and play on this, and by then, by Job, I'm going to have somebody who knows what they're doing when they're tuning it to tune it, because it'll be a shame if it's all sounding a bit of clunky dunky. Even though I like clunky dunky, not everybody does. We're going to start this video where we left on the last video, which was tuning this, because we made the staircase situation for all of these pipes, but they all went out of tune. So I started kind of like putting it all together again and making sure it all plays pretty much in tune. I'm still struggling on the high notes. Instead of the console wired in, we've got it wired into this KeyStep Pro, because the KeyStep Pro has a hold function, so you can hit a note and press hold, which makes it a lot easier to tune. Right, let's give it a go. Like you see, that sounds horrid. So we're going to figure out what's going on there. That tune. Right, so. Sort of like that. Let's try that now. Oh, let's give it a go. Why are you not fitting? Oh, it's the wrong way around. If you can see right here, there is a bit of tissue paper in this. So we're going to take that off. It's just stuck open. Now we can take this off and see why it's stuck open. It got stuck here, but it needed just a dash of gentle persuasion and this space cleaning up a little bit, and yeah, now that'll do the job. That's nice and dandy. The next video, I really want to get somebody who knows what they're doing to come and have a look at it, and also look at the reed pipes, because there's some things that I have I've kind of left again because they're just a nightmare. Even the ones at the back, it's just, oh gosh, they're big boys. After that, I put this together because it was obvious when people were coming to the museum, they needed something to be able to listen to the organ playing itself, because not everybody could play the keyboard. So this has got a bunch of songs in it. It's from the Orgamortech website. You put an SD card in with a bunch of MIDI files and it basically just plays it. It's really simple. I had it sitting around. People mentioned to use a touchscreen, but I think that's sacrilege. Putting a touchscreen with this would be the worst thing in the world. It'll look horrid. At least the screen on this is very small and unobtuse, which doesn't ruin the overall aesthetics with a big old clunky iPad or something horrid like that. Nah, that ain't happening over here, sunshine. Carl at the East Midlands Cinema Organ Association sent me a bunch of MIDI files that were made specifically for organs to sound really good. And it's no surprise that hymns sound really damn good on it. So let's find a hymn really quick, flick one through. I haven't turned the organ blower on. By the way, I've also added this big switch at the bottom. It means that we can turn on the organ whenever we want via the... that one's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's do the wedding march, which is completely the opposite. And after that, we get to the meat of the subject of this video, which is wiring up some microphones into this room to make it kind of work and kind of sound a little bit better. And the test today is to find out if it's going to sound better, because right now, up to this point, all I've been using is the microphone on the camera that you're listening to record the organ. Because the organ is so all-encompassing, especially in this room, because it's very small and boxy, I wonder if a couple of stereo microphone setups is even going to improve it. Well, who knows? So Rode were very kind enough to send over these 4 microphones. The Rode NT1 microphones, there's a couple of different modes that are better for vocals or better for recording all-encompassing items. Well, that's what it's set up to now. They're on Rode stereo bars, so we've got a stereo field front and back. So what I'm doing is I'm bolting these 2 setups permanently to the cable trays that are at the top, so they can be permanently wired in to record, because there could be some projects in the future about playing this over the internet and being able to hear it and having to set up the microphones every time. No, I'm not a fan about that. So having this set up here, out of sight, out of mind, to forget about, is always preferable. So we've got 2 pairs, the black ones, which are the near microphones to the organ, and then we're bolting these ones to the back of the room. I know there might be some people there being like, oh no, why aren't you thinking about the phase issues and all that? Where's your tape measure? Well, there's 2 trains of thoughts with recording and using microphones. There's the first one where you can send people that you're recording to sleep whilst you get your tape measure out, trying to get all of the microphones in exactly the right place. Or you can put them where they look right, and then if they don't sound right and they're phasing, you merely move them. It's that simple, but 9 times out of 10, it's pretty much a-okay. I've got them bolted to these microphone extension bars, which make them hang low, tie them in a knot, you can tie them in a bow, bolt them up over here using a microphone converter bolt. Oh, and make it nice and tight, plop it in here, and that'll do for the start. And if we need to make some fine adjustments, we can make some fine adjustments. Right, we've also got this XLR loom and patch bay, because we're going to bolt this over into a separate room, which we haven't quite finished yet, but we're going to get it going there anyway. So we're going to get this up on the cable tray too. Ooh, we're going to dangle it past that point. Bolt all of the microphones in. Number 1 and 2 are going to be the front ones. These are these wires right here. 3 and 4 going down here. Nice. Send this all over that way. It's the vague direction. These back ones can also double up as microphones for the Teletubby tidal wave for whenever that may be needed, which may be never, but the option is there anyway. Right now we're in a room of the museum that is not done at all. We're going to be finishing it in a couple of months when the museum closes for a rearrange for a couple of months. But I've got them going to this place. So we've got the XLR loom with 4 XLRs here, and we've also got an extra long MIDI cable. You're not really supposed to have extra long MIDI cables, because in the MIDI standard I think the limit of the cable is 5 meters or something. I've put 10 meters in, but shh, it's working, so just don't say anything to the MIDI council. I've suddenly realised I don't have a recording device with 4 channels of input, but that's alright. As well as the mics, Rode sent this Rodecaster 2. It's an interface multi-track recorder. It's got a bunch of effects and it's a mixer kind of made for podcasting and stuff. It's pretty funky. We'll turn it on right now. How do we plug it in? We're going to use this to record the microphones in this video. It's going to be pretty funky. It's got a bunch of effects, noise gates, DSs, compressors and reverbs. We'll probably use those in this, and it's got the XLR inputs for the microphones. Start by maybe using the preset effects for the NT1, even though that might be best for vocals, so maybe we'll go over to a standard condenser mic. I think that's the one. I'm going to make all of these just standard condenser. Or we can add some reverb and whatnot. That's going to be funky. It's working. It's in the other room, of course, so the levels are really low. Wire in a MIDI keyboard so we can play it and see what we can do. Now, if we press play on one of these, hopefully we're going to hear something. Oh yeah, you see that? You can't hear it, but there was signal. Sounds pretty good. Obviously you can't hear it yet. I'm going to go and get an SD card, plop it in here, and we can record it and see what it goes like. So now we got it wired in. The microphone placement doesn't sound too bad at all, actually. We'll bring the near ones to you. So this is the... They've got a little bit of EQ. I've turned off the compression because all the compression seems to be doing is boosting the background hisses, because there's always a bit of hiss, but it sounds... And then we'll bring the back ones in. That sounds pretty blooming good, I think, actually. That sounds really nice. Right now it's recording onto an SD card. Obviously I've synced that up to the camera that you're looking at so you can hear it all going on. We'll add a bit of reverb to each of them. Check, 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 you're hearing me through the microphones. Check, 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 you're hearing me through the microphones. Let's play a song. Well, that's right, let's try and not get a copyright strike. Blimmin' heck, that sounds pretty damn good. These microphones are pretty good as well. I think I've had an experience with microphones that have all been a little bit broken, and these ones are proper good actually. The noise floor on the recordings, except for the hissing from the wind, is actually inexistent. It's kind of spoiling me a bit. It's pretty good. Let me know what you want to hear through this. You can download a full version of Staccato and Fugue over on the Patreon if you were really interested. And we're going to play out with a benchmark test, which is always seems to be played, but we haven't recorded it through the microphone. So let's play it through the microphones. Anyway, I'm Luke Mono Computer. Until next time, this is the organ. And remember, well, I've forgotten the outro thing, but you know,